Yo, what's going on, world?
In the cut
you know what it
productions,
is.
nigga.
Black and Brown Movement Podcast, episode 12. Let's go, say.
Fresh out and I'm a rider, nigga.
It's our man Izzy in the cut production.
Fresh out and I'm a rider, nigga.
Little rider anthem. Y'all be hearing it soon. It's a little snippet for you.
Fresh out and I'm a rider, nigga.
Be ready for it. 2018.
Fresh out and I'm a rider, nigga.
Check me out, nigga. I'm fresh out, nigga. Check me out.
We're coming to y'all live. Episode 12.
Take it back to them pop days.
That is right, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Black and Brown Movement Radio Podcast, episode 12. Bienvenidos a mi raza, mi gente, a mi latino, aquí a nuestro afroamericano, latino movimiento, de nuestro episodio número 12, 1-2. Mi nombre es Iván Castillón. That's right. Glad to see one of your co-hosts right here. True. So let me go ahead and introduce my other co-host. Let me go ahead and introduce the red-bearded bearded one, Mr. Brox.
That's right. This red-bearded bearded one, those who despise are the ones who hide from the sun. One of the founding fathers of the Black and Brown movement.
He used to be THC, but he don't smoke weed no more.
Movement one.
So we call him Redbeard now, because he's got a red beard.
And of course, we got another brother right here, Mr. Ricky Compton.
Black and Brown Radio, live and direct. How you doing tonight? Hope you're feeling it out there. Just all you ladies and gentlemen, a mi gente, ¿qué pasó? Aquí estamos, ya sabes.
That's right, and then also we got the mad scientist, Mad Verbal.
What?
Big ups, folks. Happy belated birthday to me, motherfuckers.
True that.
Happy belated birthday.
So you know I'm Irie with it. You know I'm real cool.
Happy belated birthday.
We the coolest.
That's right.
It is what it is. You know what it is. But we getting ready to smack y'all over the head with episode 12. It's got a lot of variations of shit we about to hit y'all with.
That's right.
So we got ready. You know, current events, politics, and bullshit.
No, we're just glad to be
Beer and bullshit, 'cause that's what we do, B&B.
That's right.
Hey, let's start them off with the anthem, right?
The anthem. I don't know if they can handle that.
Come on.
But it is what it is. 2018, here we go.
Take it on, baby.
We the movement believe that civilization began in Africa. Through the migration, we arrived at Aslan. From east to west, this makes us all people of the sun. Through 400 years of blood, sweat, and tears, 500 years of resistance. There's a few things we retain to break resistance. It's the gospel, the culture, the music, and the love for the children.
En español, por favor.
Creemos que la civilización comenzó en África, a través de la migración que llegamos a Aslan, a través de 300 años de sangre, sudor y lágrimas, y 500 años de resistencia. Solo hay un parque de cosas que hemos retenido, a través de la valentía y la presencia, el evangelio, la música y la cultural.
That's right. You heard it right there. English and Español, ladies and gentlemen. You guys heard it right. Now, I want to go ahead and unfortunately, Mr. Double B, Brandon Bafford is not here today.
He's missing in action.
He's ill right now, folks. You know, so keep lifted up for healing.
Yeah.
Principal, don't be mad.
Life ain't no joke. You know, speed bumps in life sometimes it's hard to get out of the moment. You know?
Just standing in his.
We just keep our brother lifted up.
Yeah,
That's right.
He'll be back.
He'll be back
next week on episode 13.
That's right. He'll be back in the 13 vato.
Yeah.
13
Right now,
Well, I guess I'll go on and bust the intro, this other intro, second, third.
Go ahead, Mr.
What
Rocks.
it's all about on this
What it's all
podcast.
about. The purpose of this podcast is to promote independent and underground artists, whether they be graffiti, dancers, painters, poets, DJs, cooks, all that. Whatever your art may be. We're here to promote the positive relations between our black and brown people. We don't discriminate because we are IMC.
International, multicultural.
never segregated.
Right. That means there's no boundaries, no borders, no limits.
And no gimmicks. That means no whack MCs.
Oh yeah, dig it.
So we're the voice of the people. We hope that our message is received across the globe, near and far, east, west, north, and south.
Worldwide.
That spells news, ladies and gentlemen.
That's right, worldwide.
I mean, check it, son.
That's right.
For them East Coasters.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. You guys.
God, what up, God?
That's right, you guys.
Yo, done?
Yo, son.
Yo, son.
Yo, money, what's going on?
I don't call you son because you shine.
I call you son because you're mine.
You know what I'm saying?
All right, Fred, go ahead and kick this off.
Open.
I know you got something that you want to get off your chest, man. Go ahead and say what you got to say right now, man.
Well, man, I'm going to start it off, topic one. We're going to kick in some politics, you know what I'm saying? Because they not fair with it, man. They not right, You ain't right. But, we're going to talk about our president, Mr. Trump.
No. You never say his name again.
I said Trump. Say his name.
President.
No, I thought it was just commander-in-chief.
It's just the
You know
president.
what? He's not president because he's not presidential.
Okay,
he ain't the commander-in-chief of shit.
Well, let's just call him resident then, because he's missing the P and shit.
He's just Trump, period.
White House resident, dog. I think somebody need to put the eviction notice on the door, bro.
Impeachment, you know what I'm saying? That's a word that people need to hear. Pass the VMT.
Pass that you to the left
Right side. Pass to touch it to the left hand side.
Go, what about Pop? Jah Rastafari.
I'm that man that's always smoking on the
See? You don't know about them things, see? Yeah, so anyway.
So I'm my roster man and smokers of the ganja.
My question is this, and then I'm going to pass it around, let everyone speak on it, but you know how they've been having all the sex scandals and whatnot, you know what I'm saying?
Why his ass ain't been impeached?
Man, my thing is, I've heard many a thing about him and his, you know what I'm saying, sexual harassment throughout the years. You know, we heard about the comments he made on the bus, so they thought it was in private or whatever the hell else. And
I mean, throughout his whole run for president, it was clearly divulged to the world that, you know what I'm saying, that this nigga was a male chauvinistic pig.
straight up.
What are we saying?
So, why haven't no sex charges, sex scandals come up on him? I'm sure they've come up, but, being in the position he's in, unfortunately, right now.
Well, he's been accused of sexual assault and sexual harassment. Is that what we're looking at right now?
Yeah, but I'm talking about ain't nothing really been brought up. Ain't nobody really came forward. And if they have, they've honestly been shut down or paid off.
Intimidation.
I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So he's got to be the number one culprit out of all these other cats. You know what I'm saying? On the lower end.
Not to defend him or nothing. Because a sex allegation is a sex allegation. Whether it's true or not, it's still there and it still needs to be addressed. However, you gotta also look at where since he's in a position of power, how many people might come at him just to do it, just to claim the fame. You know what I mean? And even get paid off.
So I just pointed out how he's proven, and like I said, that he's a male chauvinist.
That, you heard me? That. He's abused his power. He's clearly flamboyantly boasted about it. I mean, what are we really saying here? He's boasted about it to his whole campaign.
You can't play devil's advocate on that one.
Nah,
Well, he
bro.
also has been claimed to have an affair with a porn star. I mean, it's not only is he being accused of the actual, the sex crimes or whatever. On top of that, there's supposed to be an affair that he had with a porn star.
All I'm saying is this: the one doctor Nassar who just got triple, quadruple life or whatever.
That
You know what I'm
monster,
saying?
scandalous.
For all the women that came out, you know what I'm saying, and testified against him, everything that's been connected to him is falling. You know what I'm saying? The whole IOC, committee all resigned. You got the president, Michigan State? The president of Michigan State resigned. So I'm saying, if all these people are falling and the same thing, how did it get proved?
Right.
It got proved because those women stood up
And said something.
and testified.
No more being scared.
So the women that, might have said something against him, obviously are not being heard. They obviously, like I said, they're being shut down, they're being paid.
Silenced.
That, like you said, that power, the abuse of power.
He has a high power. He's the highest power resident. So like I said,
He got enough juice to where.
Well, he's got money. It's not before he got the money and the power.
He's got enough juice now, though. What you ain't getting is he got enough enough juice now, he can send motherfucking people to knock on their doors and have them fearful.
Yeah, but look,
Even in suits.
he may have all that right now since he is the obviously president right now. But let me go ahead and remind you one thing that is going on right now. Besides all the sexual scandals, you have also a domino effect that is going on right now in the administration. You have a lot of these administrators resigning due to those type of allegations, as well. Besides the sexual and abusive allegations towards his administrators from their present wives to their ex-wives to their side bitches to all of that. You also have right now the feds on Mr. Trump against his administration because
his name again.
Well, yeah.
Let's give him
Unfortunately,
Not
but
okay. Name in our cipher.
It was a dude from
say something. One thing.
okay, whatever. Okay, all I'm saying is
the
that.
dude he will not be named.
All right, I will not name this person ever again. All right, but okay, all right. So this guy's administration they just fucked up. We're not having no clearance at all, security clearance of seeing any top secret that are in the house.
They passing that shit like the money, right?
Yeah, but the main people, the main people that are on top, did not give them those clearance. So now they're in hot boiling water.
Who gave them the clearance?
Nobody did.
So how did they get access to it if they didn't have the clearance?
Because that little administration screwed up and was not brought attention to the big guys, but it was because in actuality it takes to about 6 months to a year to get clearance to see those type of anything, to see any type of documents, any single secret plot. You need to have a year because you got to get a background check. Just like how we get a background check to get a job or anybody else, they have to get a background check. Unfortunately, they broke those rules. They kind of tweaked it a little bit, went over it. So now the big guys are mad. So now it's becoming a domino effect. Now you see his small people are going through it right now. The middle one's about to go through it, and then the higher one, and then him. So don't be surprised, things will be happening.
Like Margaret said earlier, and like Obama said, it's about fucking time.
Took so long for you motherfuckers to step up, grab your balls,
you had to catch him on
speak on
something.
it.
He out there swinging his dick like
Tarzan.
like it ain't nothing. You know what I'm saying? He's doing whatever he wants to do. He's not a politician.
No.
So he's like, hey, I'm in the seat. I'm a president. I can do whatever the fuck I want to do.
Exactly.
No, there's still rules and regulations, and you out there breaking them, and that's where you're gonna get yourself caught up. You think you're so fucking smart, but you're really not.
No, he's
You know
not.
what I'm saying? His education, his degree from whatever fucking university was by his people. And he's really a dumbass, redneck, stupid motherfucker. And he's finally gonna get himself caught up.
Oh, yeah.
Shout out to all my vapors, by the way.
Yeah.
I just want to say one positive thing about him. Even though he's still a resident. He's had the first Bible study that was held in the office since at least in the past 50 years. So that I just want to say that he does know who Jesus and he knows who God is. So if that being said,
what he doing?
Well, that's a good question. And
I really appreciate your devil's advocate position.
I'm not saying it's right for what he's doing. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that he has brought God into the White House. That's all I'm saying.
God was in the White House when Obama was there.
God was in the White House from the beginning. We would have got nuked a long time ago.
But so then also, if you gotta look at it, God has control of it all. So you know what I mean? He's there for a reason, you know what I mean? And it might be for somebody to learn. You know what I mean? It might be somebody's lesson that needs to be learned a lesson for him to be in office in the first place.
But see, we don't know that. We don't know if our previous leader probably did that. We don't know that. It doesn't have to be a publicity stunt. That's what it looks like. It's a publicity stunt. I mean,
give me some. Give me some.
I mean,
give me some. I didn't even think of that. I didn't think of that. Good ass point.
It could be a publicity stunt. I mean, come on.
That could be true.
What are the publicity stunt this one needs to do?
That could be true.
Just to get it, just to get his point across.
If we think
and not only that, he's trying to save his ass.
Right.
That's just what it is.
Let's think about it. How many of these other stick in the ass, stuck in the mud, redneck, damn presidents hollering at, America and God, and they always try and put God in it, like,
okay,
we're Christian,
and I'm not defending them. I'm just,
Christian.
I want to put it out there just so, because some of the questions I'm pretty sure some listeners would also have. If you didn't want him as a president, who else that was involved in the race would you have had be president instead of Trump?
Dude, how long has it been that we've been having to fucking choose the lesser of two evils?
Yeah, and this is why I asked the question.
Dude, it's not about that person. Because that person is nothing but a puppet.
Okay, we understand.
So I don't give a fuck who you put in front of me.
So
I'm not believing in this government.
My question to you then is all right. So if Trump was in the office and it was somebody else, would the same thing have been done to that person, as far as a president goes? Because now we're holding somebody to the limelight because they're a president. So all the flaws are going to be shown, right?
What's been done?
Well, I'm just saying, like, whatever somebody's been done, that's in the presidency, that's been held to the limelight. What are the couple of things that are being done to Trump that might have been done to the next person who might have been president?
What I'm saying is what's been done to him?
Like, I'm just saying, picking picking them apart. Like, if there was another president in office...
Isn't that what we do with every president?
Okay, so what I'm saying is, if there was another president, who would it have been, and what would have been their faults?
Hillary.
What would we find
Automatically.
Probably way more scandalous.
Automatically.
Now you take the two lessons of the evils and you compare them, and look at Hillary Clinton. She got put in office. She did some things with some emails that went, you know what I mean, that everybody's looking at. Now she's getting took to court and being held to that same precedent. So you see what I'm saying? So who would have been worse?
You know what it is? It's a bait and switch. It's a bait and switch because it doesn't matter who that person is. They put that person in front of us, and as you said, we're all focused on that person.
Okay.
Now what's really happening is everything that's happening behind the scenes.
Okay, so my next question is, why did we vote him into office?
We didn't.
I mean, I'm not saying excuse me. I'm not saying the people in this room. I didn't even vote because I don't believe in voting no more. To me, it's a bunch of bullshit anyway.
That's a whole other subject.
Right, and that's fine.
Time out. Listen. Black and brown brother, don't be ignorant again and not vote.
Well, first of all, I couldn't vote because my voter's rights had been taken away at the time. So, yeah, it was. They took them away. That was a court order. Otherwise,
bullshit. You went for the okie doke. You have no violent crime, so your voting rights were not taken away.
That's what them sold in the law.
Did you catch what I just told you? You got bullshitted. Only violent criminals cannot vote.
Okay, that's fine. So
you better vote because your ancestors from now on suffer.
They died for the right.
And I voted. Well, I voted when Obama was in office. So I didn't
vote when this motherfucker ran out.
That's when we needed your vote.
This might have been the one vote that why he won.
Well, all right. Nonetheless, back to what I was saying. Now, had been like Trump, if it's gonna be another president, we're still gonna pick him apart. I'm not saying what he's doing is right. I'm not condoning none of that. I'm just asking questions just to see, you know what I mean, to really look at it in depth. You know what I mean? It's not the right questions I'm asking, but I'm asking questions that are curiosity of my own.
But here, I can answer that question for you. And if you pay attention to the previous last couple of years, the last decade, if you pay attention and look at these individuals' actions and look how they're able to perform in front of a public, Because think about it, every single individual are chosen for different agendas that it's already in progress.
Right, exactly.
So see, these people, these individuals are being marked down because they need a face to be marked down
For that agenda.
Exactly.
Okay.
Because who they would have performed it. Look at 9/11 for example. Do you recall how Bush was sitting right there when everybody was in front of the preschool?
kids, yeah.
In front of the preschool when one of his officers, and then you saw his face. You saw his face and he wanted to cry. Right? He was like pissed off and cried. You saw how but he played it off. He played it cool. You saw that. You see?
He played it cool because his ass fucking masterminding that shit. Him and his daddy and all the other them
But see,
fucking
remind
That's what
you.
he means by agendas.
But remind you
Agendas that are,
exactly.
in office.
That's why. So it's like I get your point. I get where your point. What you're trying to say is why are we getting each and every individual and burying them? Why? Because they sign up for it.
Yeah,
That's the bottom line.
point that I have is
They sign up for it.
We talked about how
the leader of the
presidents
free world.
are puppets, right? Isn't that why most of the cats are even mad at Trump? Is because he's not paying a puppet? Because he's not going with certain agendas he's doing his own thing? I mean, and that's why I feel like he's getting.
That's why people voted
messed-
on him.
Okay, and
They
so that's what
voted
he's
him
doing in
in.
office, though. Isn't he?
Listen, they voted him in because he's not a politician.
Okay.
And people were tired of the politicians.
Okay.
With
They
the
wanted to
same
give a
old
business plan.
speeches, the
Right.
same old promises, and never living up to none of them.
No.
People were tired of politicians. So him coming in.
Does that include Obama?
Yes and
Unfortunately,
no.
it does. No,
Yeah, no, it does.
It does. It does.
But-
Because look. First of all, like I said once again, he was a part of a Great Depression that we were going through, and you saw that, and you saw during that Great Depression during his time. There wasn't too much we could have
It
done.
wasn't a great
Right, it was
depression.
already what he was giving, in
recession.
other words.
You can't
Right.
compare
It was
the
already
Great
there when he-
Depression to a recession.
Right.
I get that. Okay, I'll take that word back. It's a
Yeah,
recession,
right.
But it's close to. It's not close to it. Obviously, it's not like as depressing as it was when Herbert Hoover took over after Franklin D.
Yeah, in the 20s. That was a depressing
in the 40s.
Right.
This was a recession.
Well, yeah, because there was nothing else going on. That was it. After that meeting, all came along. So yeah, other than that. So he came in a bad time.
Right.
So when he came in a bad time, of
He was
course.
already giving what was already there.
Yeah, but he knew it.
What was given to him.
And he knew what he signed up for. That's why he did that. The Obamacare. He did the borrowing $1 trillion, and he did whatever he could to actually minimize taxes towards us, towards the lower class, and the middle class. But now, as you can see, the middle class is gone. That middle class is
Unfortunately,
obsolete.
that middle class has been gone for a minute.
Of course.
You know what? I kind of. I mean, we can go on.
Oh yeah, we can go on, but I was just pretty much answering answering what he was saying.
And like
so
Mark
at the
said,
end,
we appreciate the different perspective and the question, and the curiosity, and
Definitely. I mean, the reason I like to ask those questions is because I know there's some other listeners out there that would ask sometimes.
I mean, we could sit and all be on the same level,
Right. No doubt. No doubt.
but
it's boring. You know what I mean?
I'm not doing
Yeah, no.
out there,
I agree. I agree.
To just throw a little bit of mix in there and get it to where we can have a discussion in depth a little more.
Yeah. I want to transition though to the other point that you wanted to talk about earlier, the other topic.
Oh yeah. You know what? Actually, I was in shock. Since South Korea is hosting the Winter Olympics.
Yeah,
So now,
that's deep. Right
for South Korea to actually allow North Korea to go ahead and actually compete.
Participate, huh?
Hey, can we
Compete
give
in the
shout-outs
Winter
to him? Can we
Olympics.
give shouts out to them?
Yeah,
because you know what?
That's doing big things, bro. Like, I mean, to get to even if you have beef with anybody, and I'm talking about anything, not just countries. I'm talking about persons. If you got beef and you're able to unite with them and get something done, man, you get most props a lot, bro. 'Cause that's getting it done, bro.
You got to think, man. It's state people nonetheless.
Oh yeah, but they were separated.
Oh yeah, they have been. But you got to look at it as they looking at the bigger picture.
Bigger picture is
Right.
Koreans are very Christian people.
Yeah, they are.
Huge.
Hey, yo, they
Huge Christian population
Yeah,
in
for
Korea.
sure.
That's real.
Bro, they believing in Jesus, dog.
And so now they're known here to the Olympics of the Korean Committee.
Hey,
They're not known as North
shouts out-
Korea.
No.
They're not.
No.
They're not because they signed up too late.
Shouts out to the young girl from, I'm saying? Whitewood won the gold medal. I think her name is Kim Choi or something
Yeah,
like that.
she's
No, Chloe.
Chloe,
yeah.
Chloe Kim.
Chloe Kim.
Yeah.
Big ups to the young lady. You know what I'm
Korean.
saying?
And she's Korean.
Representing her country, Korea, and brought the gold home to Cali. Big ups, big ups.
Yeah, that was good.
That's big ups, yeah. So that's interesting to see that. It's I mean they signed a peace treaty with back in what was that during Vietnam, close to Vietnam,
I mean,
or
the bigger thing
before
is
that, and
to show that
remember that.
the
But
president of the country, Jung Kim or whatever his crazy name is actually open to that whole procession. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, but he's still pissed off the fucking South Koreans because he had
hold
on, because he had them doing their cheerleaders
We're
singing.
not focused on that point. We're focused on the unity.
Oh, yeah,
aspect
no,
of
I know.
what
I just
they're
wanted to
doing.
throw that out.
Fuck his ignorant ass. We're talking about him having a positive
Trump get
mindedness.
along, right?
Him having a moment of positive mindedness to even have to sit down with South Korea to even be part of the fucking
Right,
Olympics.
and being held to that light that he's being
The
held.
bigger picture.
Yeah, because he could have went the other way.
We gotta always
He
look
could
at
have
the
been
positive.
super dick
in
and been
the
like,
midst of the
nah, hell no, I ain't
negative.
letting him participate.
Always remember, in the midst of the negative, there's a positive.
I just want to say, Chiha to the Koreans out there.
So, well, I actually wanted to now actually get into sports over here.
Oh yeah.
I just but before I just wanted to say one thing.
Wait.
No.
No,
Before we go there,
we can't transition to sports yet. I want to know the current event of information that a lot of people don't know.
Absolutely, go right ahead because
Shouts out to Pat Tillman. Rest in peace. Does anybody and everybody know that how he actually died?
friendly fire.
Bullshit.
Oh, what happened?
I'm about to tell you.
Okay.
So, when he got there and he was guarding the situation, he was put on points for his deployment. He was covering the opium fields.
Oh wow.
Heard what I said? Big farm industry, CIA, FBI. And he was like, what the fuck? I left the NFL to come fight for my country for motherfucking big corporation bullshit. So he decided, fuck that. He was going back home to 3 days later, he was going home to protest back home against the anti-drug shit. Well, 3 days later, he got 3 5.56 millimeter slugs in his head. What does that tell you? He got murdered by the motherfucking government. Now, we go to everybody that watches Netflix and they know what's up with the Punisher. Do you guys remember the whole Punisher beginning segment and what it was all linked back to? Their military, Afghanistan deployment.
Black Ops.
The Black Ops. But remember, it was all about what? The heroin.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
heroin is opium.
Money.
It comes from the
Back to
opium.
McCain.
It comes, yes, it is. Believe me. It comes from the poppy seed. The opium. The heroin is made from the opium poppy seed.
Poppy flower.
Poppy seed. The whole point is, when he got there from the NFL, he's guarding this, and he realizes, wait a minute, this is bullshit. So he decided to tell him, he was coming back here home to the mainland and protest anti-drug, the war against drugs. 3 days later, this thing get hit with 3 5.56 slugs in the head. They called it friendly fire.
They blamed it on friendly fire.
They lied.
That was the
That's the excuse that they
cover-up.
make to this day. He was murdered by the
Hey,
government.
and it's ironic as you say that, as we were
I'm not scared.
transitioning, we were transitioning into
We're not
sports.
afraid.
That is sports related.
Word.
That is
But
sports
yeah, it is
related.
sports related because he's a professional football player, right? Who do you play for?
He played
for
for
the
the
Arizona
Cardinals.
Cardinals.
Oh, the Cardinals. Oh, wow. Wow.
He was dope.
Yeah, he was a
Hard ass safety.
defensive back. Yeah.
Hat bringer.
Yeah.
There's a little perturbed there, bro.
Speaking of
I
sports,
understand you're passionate about it.
speaking on football, we halfway been protesting the
Big ups.
NFL.
Shout outs to the Eagles.
To the Eagles.
Shout out to the Eagles.
Eagles fly, Eagles fly. Hey, shouts out to our cousins
Shouts out to
Terrence
D
Sproles
Sproles and Little Deep Blue.
Humphrey. Yeah,
Big ups.
even though they didn't play much, even though Sproles got hurt for the year, they still get them a Super Bowl ring. And
That's right.
Hey, someone's calling in. We got callers calling in over here.
It's Cousin Walker.
We're gonna take a little phone break right quick. But yeah, so Super Bowl. I'm so damn glad that the Patriots didn't win.
I'm glad to, man.
I am
That
so
shit is getting over
glad
already, bro.
that Tom Brady, 40-year-old MVP, history making.
Suck these balls.
You know what I'm
Cause
so
you fell
glad
down.
that they just go once
You ain't
again.
no goat.
Sounds like you're an Patriot instead of a Patriot now.
Hey, NFC, go NFC, right?
That was their first. That was their first.
Hey,
First Super Bowl, yeah.
win, right?
Patriots and that Minute Man helmet.
Yeah, so, you know,
Instead of the red coats was coming, it was the green coats that was coming.
we celebrated the Eagles' victory and, we had a good time. But,
I was really glad that they lost. You know, but I would say it was one hell of a game.
Yeah,
It was a hell of a
It
game.
was really a game. I mean, man, I didn't get to see it, most of it, because I was at church. But when I got to see the ending of it, the last part of it, which is actually when it really got interesting, I was just happy to see the Eagles. You know what? I had told my brothers that a couple of days prior to that, I was watching another game. I believe it was I want to say it was the Viking game I was watching. I looked up and I saw an eagle outside. And I was like, you know what? The Eagles are finna win the whole thing. And sure enough, that's what they did.
hey, big ups to Nick Foles, man. He stepped up,
Congratulations,
dude.
Nick. Hey, man, Nick came up, bro.
You know, I found out that he called that play. The touchdown that he caught.
Yeah.
He went up to the coach and said, hey, I got this play. And coach, man, let him run it. And, man, they got that big touchdown there.
And that play was called a Philly cheesesteak.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah, Philly cheesesteak. Philly cheesesteak. Boom.
Yeah, because old ass Brett couldn't catch for shit.
He called it a Philly. Which is he called it a Philly. And he called the play and he got it. And look what Brady tried to do it. Because see, Brady did it prior to before Nick Foles did it. So Nick Foles, you can't catch the ball? Let me show you how to catch the ball. So he called his play, Philly, boom, caught the ball, touchdown.
Yep.
Touchdown.
Plus, man, he had a couple other bombs, man. He killed it. Nick Foles killed it.
I'm gonna give, of course, a lot of Nick Foles, a lot of great. I had to give Nick Foles a lot of props.
Game management. I told you he was going to be successful.
But you know what's dope is he went above and beyond that though.
Oh yeah.
He did the game management, but I mean he balled out like beyond that. Like,
The game management was not being afraid to throw that ball.
Right. Now, you know what? This is what
well,
I'm
I mean when I think game management, I think like okay. You know, control the ball, you know, more like short passes. You're not going to, make no mistakes. That's like game management, like, you know what I'm saying?
Game management is when you know when it's attacker motherfucker.
Yeah, like, he can manage the game.
Or those didn't.
But that comes from the coach too, though, right?
No, quarterback runs the show.
No, I understand. I'm just saying it's calling the plays, though.
Who do you give it up to in the end?
This guy.
That's why they won that game, bro.
Listen, bro. Stay on the point what we're talking about right here. You just totally.
No. Wait, here, look. I get what you're saying about Bortles.
No, I'm talking about quarterbacks.
That's why I know you're talking about quarterbacks.
Nigga have the fucking option and control in their hands when they see something as a line or whatever, despite what the coach called. It's fucking audible.
That's if the coach gives them that, though.
No.
Because the coach could bench that nigga if they don't like what he's doing.
The nigga starting the Super Bowl, really? He's the motherfucking man. Are you serious?
Okay, but all I'm saying is you're not giving any credit to the coach. You're saying it was all the quarterback. Like
The coach ain't playing, bro. Hello?
Yeah, but he's calling the plays.
That's like playing. All right, now we want to go there.
Not to mention he used to be a quarterback.
Excuse me, he sucks. Anyway, Dallas Cowboys back up whackness, but whatever.
He also backed up Favre, and he did suck.
Anyway, so y'all niggas was sitting there talking that nonsense. What was that comment you just made? Repeat it.
What? I said that.
About the coach.
Yeah, they call the plays.
How many coaches in the NBA call the plays?
All of them.
How many of the motherfuckers is fired right now?
A couple of them.
Jason Kidd of all coaches. Right. Milwaukee Bucks. Where's he at now? Because guess what? Despite the coach is the man calling the plays, if those motherfuckers don't go out there and run the plays, guess what happens to the coach? Yeah, you're nuts on a chopping block. Where's Jason Kidd?
I
Chopping
mean,
block.
there's no doubt about that. But what I'm saying is, as a coach,
Bro.
Peterson, at some point, if I'm mistaken, he was in the tutelage
Did you just not get the point that I just made?
Yeah, I mean, we know that the players got to play the game.
How many times did you coach? We coach. How many times we call the play? We watched them in practice run to perfection. How many times in the game they fucking sucked it up and we lost? So again, I say you can coach all the fuck you want. You can run flag all you want, nigga. Toss it. You can coach all you want. If the motherfucker come run the play and make the play,
I'm not denying that. All I'm saying is,
He has a point. I mean, the players do play the game.
the coach, just like last year.
Who called the Philly cheesesteak? Who take off?
Rick Foles did.
Yeah. But if Peterson was like, nah.
But the
He's
coach.
gonna call that play because he knows it's gonna work.
And then Peterson, as the head coach, could bench his ass.
During the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
Not gonna happen.
He was not gonna bench
Not
him.
gonna happen, buddy.
But I'm saying,
Who's gonna quarterback? I hear a symphony of crickets.
and you're not giving that nigga no credit though.
Ooh, no.
Peterson, as a head coach,
No, we're talking-
who didn't have any fear of Belichick and was aggressive in his play
Why
calling.
would he have fear when he played for him and he knows the fucking shit he's gonna do?
That was the other point I was making, but that's where he gets credit.
Again, he can call all the
He
plays
didn't
he
play, but
wants.
he didn't play conservative. He didn't coach conservative.
I'm about to show you. Belichick.
He allowed Foles to do his thing.
I'm about to fuck that shit up. Belichick is one of the greatest coaches in the fucking game.
We know that.
What happened that Sunday? His play didn't work. The same play that they scored a touchdown.
Because Tom Brady didn't catch it.
What? Yes. My point proven. Thank you.
So if Tom Brady catches it, then he's just the genius that he
So what he's saying is
If the
basically.
motherfucker don't make the play,
Yeah, I don't deny that, but you still have to call that call.
he didn't call the call. The coach didn't call the call.
But that one call didn't win
My point
the
is, so
game.
again, the quarterback made the call.
Yeah, but that one play, that one touchdown didn't win the game.
Excuse me, that one play was the highest instrumental change in the game. If they don't make that play, they
Does
lose.
say that.
They lose.
Okay, so now if you put it to that point,
disagree.
no, and
You disagree.
I
They would have been down.
I
What do you
agree with
mean?
your point that the players have to make the plays. I agree with that. But
No buts. Oxymoron, contradiction. Come on, speech master. I can let you do your
okay, minus the but, the coach still calls the calls.
But red flag.
Hey, challenging
Take
you.
the butt out. The coach still
Challenging
calls
you.
the calls. If he calls a conservative game, they're losing against the Patriots.
But we're not talking about the coach right now. We're talking about the quarterback.
I think what he's saying is like if it wasn't for the fucking
You want the
DJ,
coach in.
if it wasn't for the
This is
DJ,
conversation
You're
about both.
basically saying the coach ain't had shit to do with it.
No, just what you saying. I didn't say none of that. I'll say that. You know that.
wait until he hears the recording and then he'll know.
I did not say the quarterback.
I challenged
him to
him.
do with it.
He said,
The coach calls the play. If the players don't make the play, the fucking coach is called don't mean shit.
okay, so it was a whole percentage play.
he's been saying that.
Coach
And I agree with that from.
I'm not arguing the coach.
No, what I was saying was that you weren't giving the coach any credit. That's
Nigga,
what I was
the orange
saying.
flag, nigga. Time out.
I was saying that you weren't giving the coach any credit. The coach was aggressive in his calls from the jump.
Now,
The
sorry.
argument was
about Foles and his
the
aggressive.
power of who had what. That's what the argument was about.
That's what you're talking about.
No, I brought that. I think what happened was I brought up the coach and he was like, "Fuck that! If the players don't make the plays, it don't matter what the coach is doing."
NBA fact. Coach.
But it does matter what the coach does when he calls.
A coach is a coach is a coach.
Would you agree with that?
A coach is a coach is a coach.
So you don't agree with that?
I did not say answer that yet. A coach is a coach is a coach is a coach. Soccer, football, baseball, hockey, basketball, tennis. You fucking suck as they flame you in the fucking corporation of the games. You get fucking fired as a coach when they suck ass on. No, because that's the point here. No, you don't understand. That might figure it all you niggas. Anyway, the point is, the coach always gets the fucking dig, and he has nothing to do with it. He's just the man behind the overall orchestration, or like the ringleader of the circus, nigga. Keep them niggas in order. But he always gets fired. So that means his play calling overall doesn't mean shit. Because Because if they don't perform those plays,
Right, he's the one who trains them. The coach is the one who trains them.
I don't disagree with that.
but that's the one my point was.
I don't disagree with that. But let's go back to what I was saying about the coach and the coach making the. Come on now, coaches have lost games. Like
My coach sucked ass when it mattered.
Right, and they got fired.
They called the offensive coordinators called bullshit plays, and they're no longer coaching in the black and
if
yellow.
they would have called the right plays and your boys execute those plays, boom.
We beat the Patriots.
And you beat the Jaguars, so on and so forth. Right. That's what I'm saying.
So
They weren't
I'm
aggressive.
not never saying the coach is not instrumental, but the players
Have to execute the plays. Yeah, I don't disagree with that at all.
The coach is X and O's.
The thing,
You get what I'm saying? The
Yeah.
coach draws X and O's. That's it.
the biggest credit I was giving Peterson is he gave all that power to Foles.
He didn't play with any fear. Bortles had fear in the second half. This is what my point.
Dude, they started their first play of the. We watched it together. The first play was a pass play for a backup quarterback. You know, I'm gonna give you the reins. I'm gonna get you going. Like,
That's the problem right there. Everybody was focused on backup quarterback.
yeah.
Remember, he started in one. He was not just
Yeah, no,
backup quarterback.
he's experienced. He's a vet, yeah.
So remember the point I said in episode 11? Nigga, it was supposed to have been a Pennsylvania Bowl, but the supremacies of the league,
They tried to give them another
they
one.
tried to do what
They
they
tried,
do.
but
And that shit,
the Eagles wasn't having
it
it.
wasn't gonna happen.
Yeah.
You see how they had to even be where they got to was what? The league gave them niggas the game we beat them and gave them home
The
field
number one
advantage.
seed, yeah.
Without home field advantage, they lost. They would have lost to the Titans.
Oh, they would, well, yeah. But they definitely would have lost to the Jaguars in Jacksonville. I believe that.
For you guys, what do you guys think about the halftime show? That's what I want to know.
Oh, did anybody? Everybody singing Illuminati.
I wasn't there about the halftime
I
show.
want to bring that
Illuminati,
up.
You saw the Masonic symbol.
Yeah, they did the little
With
square. The
Timberland
little square. They did the
standing on the
square.
diamond. And then they did the
Right,
M
diamond, right.
of the crown.
Yeah, plain as day.
They said this in your face.
And the
I-
performance sucked, in my opinion.
Nah,
Timberlake rock, bro. Hey, Timberlake
I
rock.
disagree with that.
Nah, bro.
fucking right.
He did all the songs in.
You ever
Let me
bad? That nigga raw.
let me go back because, to be honest, we watched it. Well, because we only watched that beginning
You're
part.
used to that soul.
I rolled out.
You're used to that deep soul from Timberlake.
Yeah, and then I
He
mean,
had to do all his songs.
and I don't think he killed it as much as Bruno Mars did
No,
last year.
hell no.
Well,
That's my opinion. That's my opinion. I don't like him as much as I like Bruno Mars.
Did Bruno Mars do a whole spiel of all his songs like Timberlake?
Bruno Mars.
Every artist does
And
that.
he did a dance episode too. He did episode that's involved in it.
Dude, he had his live band
He had
behind
a
him.
tribute in his song performances, nigga. He did a tribute to Hammer.
Right.
And if anybody,
No, wasn't that did one to Prince?
no, you got that's.
And he can't do that.
Oh,
He can't do it. He couldn't do it, in my opinion. Not
He did a
justice.
tribute
not
to.
justice, right? But he gave it to him. You gotta give him props
He
for
did a
his trial,
tribute
bro.
to.
That's because they were in Minnesota.
He did a tribute
Prince's
to
hometown.
It's period.
And it was
he
purple.
He did a tribute to Hammer in that performance at Super Bowl. He did a tribute to James Brown. He did a couple others. He did a tribute to hip hop. No,
Okay.
can't compare.
I get you.
I mean, I just wish Janet Jackson would have showed up on stage and showed her
Showed
nipple
TV
again.
again.
Never again.
I mean, can we get another, wardrobe malfunction? You know what I'm saying? Damn, that's all I'm saying.
But what about my boy Jimmy G getting paid? Huh? How about that?
You know what? That went quiet because I was during
This thing just come out of nowhere.
trade, the NBA trade deadline. Oh, if we gonna switch to NBA, you know what we gotta do.
Well, first of all, this is weird story NFL, so I just want to take a pause.
It's Jimmy G.
Jimmy G.
That's the Niners quarterback.
Jimmy G.
We're not
Garoppolo.
Garoppolo. Got paid.
Crack smoking.
Got paid.
He deserves it.
And he deserves. Well, look, here's my question to all of you, and I will answer. I'll be the last one. Does he deserve that pay?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah, he deserves
Why?
it. Because
I know, I'm not asking.
he and
Veteran.
Belichick wanted to keep him as Brady's backup
But Brady
for
didn't
him to
want it.
transition when Brady goes out, which is going to happen within the next couple years or whatever. So
Brady didn't want him there.
Brady didn't want him there. His ego was too big. And then the owner was, oh, well, Brady's the one who really going off Marcus's point, the player who's doing the work, he's like, okay, Belichick, but this is my player. He the one that won me all these Super Bowls on the field, so I'm gonna go ahead and roll with him.
He really won the race.
Yeah, so I say yes, he deserves the money. He's a good quarterback. He proved it in the last 5 games of the season with you guys. I see him being a good quarterback for you guys this year coming in the future.
Yeah, but like I said, and one of the things y'all probably didn't see, I think I reposted.
What?
It wasn't there when it was Kaepernick.
Oh yeah.
They giving all that rah-rah nigga, but then they give the rah-rah where it belongs, deserve.
Okay. All right. So you already got you out of the way. Here's another.
No, it's real. It ain't feel that way. Nigga, I already facts.
Mr.
Hey, Kaepernick gave you. He took you guys to the Super Bowl. It wasn't Kaepernick's fault that they turned the damn lights out and did that bullshit for the Ravens to win. Because the Ravens happen to be in Baltimore, which is in Washington D.C., which is where the government is. But hey, that's what I'm doing.
Right, I'm the Super Bowl. The lights went out for 20 minutes.
All right.
If that wasn't a sign of something, I don't know what.
The conspiracy is very.
Somebody didn't pay the power bill and the lights went out. And power.
All right. Here's my other football question before we change into basketball. Here's my last one. How do you guys feel about Josh McDaniels turning down the Colts and being their head coach, like on the last minute, and decided to stay with the New England Patriots as their offensive coordinator? How would you feel about that?
Wasn't he an offensive coordinator previously somewhere?
No. Well, no, he was still with the Patriots as an
I'm saying before
He was a head coach in Denver.
So he did offense. So yeah, he's gonna stay where he can have control of some shit.
The point is though that he had accepted the head coaching job for the Colts,
but he declined it.
And then Kraft and Belichick made that nigga change his mind, paid him more money, whatever it was, and he's like, you know what, Colts? I actually didn't sign a contract, so I think I'm gonna stay in New England.
I think the perspective that he came with is this. He seen the opportunity to be an offensive coordinator to take them back to the Super Bowl and win it. So he figured, fuck it, I'm gonna take this.
Not to mention, I'm sure they sweetened the pot.
Didn't the Bears go and play the Colts at one point?
In the Super Bowl?
In the Super Bowl,
yeah, they lost
more recently. They lost them.
Yeah, they suck.
Yeah, that's when that.
They suck. Anyways, I just wanted to put that out there. You know,
what's his name? Number 22.
In the Super Bowl.
Devin Hester.
Yeah.
That's when Devin Hester did you guys wrong.
Yeah.
So what are your thoughts?
Well, you're a Chicago Bears. So.
I thought it was kind of fucked up.
Right?
I thought it was kind of fucked up.
I mean, the last minute, the way he did this, it was janky.
You commit to a team verbally.
They was getting ready to do a whole live interview at press conference.
He did a DeAndre Jordan on him.
Booyah.
Good point.
You know what I'm saying?
But, I mean,
that's what he did.
He was doing
and I didn't agree with DeAndre Jordan.
I didn't either. That was janky.
That was foul.
Yeah.
But I mean, you're in your right to do it, but it's like it's not a good look.
You agreed to some shit.
Yeah,
it's not word and bond, baby.
This is the way how I feel it's fucked up. The fact is that they did this. They waited until the defensive coordinator Matt Patricia finally accepted the Detroit Lions head coaching job.
Defensive coordinator.
Hold on though.
Yeah.
But you gotta also think about it also in this way, in a persona way. All right, so you have your defensive coordinator who's leaving and your offensive coordinator who's leaving. Remind you that besides offense, defense wins championship. So by that being said, they waited for Matt Patricia to leave to go to the Detroit Lions, and then when McDaniels was gonna go, I guarantee you that Robert Kraft told McDaniels, look, you're gonna stay because I need you. I'm gonna pay you the same price what the Colts are gonna pay you. They got the money for it, and you're gonna be the future head coach of the Patriots because Belichick is gonna leave.
Yep.
He's gonna have one more season.
That's a good point.
He's gonna have one more season, and he's out.
Yeah,
Brady's gonna stay
because of the Jimmy G thing, dude. That broke up their bond, kind of. Because he wanted to keep Jimmy G, and when Kraft overrode him on that, he's like, you know, he kind of felt like I don't have the power that I thought I did, and You know, I don't. He's taking Brady's side over mine. In the back of his head, you know, he's really contemplating. You know.
Oh yeah.
He's like, fuck them niggas, I'm out.
Oh yeah.
You know.
Don't be surprised he'll be out for a year and then Crap will beg his ass to come back. Here, look, you'll be the VP of operations. How about that?
Right.
Then he'll come back after a year. Don't be
Then he has
surprised.
Guess what?
Daniels in place.
Guess what? Both of y'all, guess what?
What?
Who cares?
Who cares? Now let's move on, ladies and gentlemen. We move on to.
We're talking about the Grammys.
Fuck all them pitchy.
Even though we didn't watch it.
Okay.
Hey, dude, that was on my list. Is to talk about
Salads.
give it up to Kendrick Lamar, baby.
Yeah, best
Give it
album
up
of
to
the
my
year.
boy Kendrick Lamar.
West.
He wanted
Shouts out to
Jazzy G or whatever the fuck is.
Or as the other
Campbell.
homies would say, Boston.
Yeah.
I had Jay-Z, that's what I meant.
Joe Camel. I mean, excuse me.
Oh, that's his real name?
Joe Camel. Look at Joe Camel and then look at that nigga.
Oh, right.
Tell me them niggas ain't Ken Poe.
True.
Some say he's been wrong for decades.
Yeah,
So you know what?
props to Kendrick though.
Yeah, big ups.
The West Coast right here, baby.
West Coast product, you know what I'm saying?
TV, Top Dollar Entertainment.
Yeah, no doubt.
That's right.
Yeah.
Big
So of
ups to
course,
the West.
let's go ahead and move on to our NBA of all
I just want
time.
to say, shouts out to Isaiah Thomas.
Oh, you just killed it, homie. You just killed it. You know, hey,
Rookie.
shouts out to Ricky Lee Compton Jr.
He's new to
He's new to
kinda
the
new,
podcast.
so he doesn't know this
He's
part
just
right
now
here.
coming back. He just killed the vibe, but we're still
But we're
going to
still
go
gonna
into
do
He's
it.
not killing the vibe,
Well, how
man.
do we do it, boys? When
All
we
right.
say NBA, when we talk
Talking about
the
the Lakers.
My bad, ladies and gentlemen. This is Bernie, my second show. I'm still.
You know, he's
It's alright, man. It's alright. I'm gonna knock you.
Welcome to the jungle.
Yeah, you know, gotta get that nigga back on concrete.
Okay, now we can talk about
Okay,
it.
well, I have a new nickname for Isaiah Thomas. Is IT Tech.
There you
He's a
go.
tech man. That kid got skills, son.
That's right.
Yeah.
The Lakers acquired.
His first point scored with the Lakers was a 3-pointer, bro. That's saying something.
That's
I like
beautiful.
that. I like
And
that.
they set that up for him just to make that statement. You know what I mean? That's
This
like,
is what I don't want. This is what I don't want as a Lakers fan.
Them deferred to him too.
I don't want Isaiah Thomas to come in and be scoring all these points, but you sacrificing the chemistry that we built.
But did you see the chemistry? But did you see the
We lost the game.
We lost the game, but did you not see
To
the
Dallas, who has a worse record than us. Are you an NBA fan?
Oh,
I'm saying though. You hear what I'm saying?
No, listen, I'm gonna tell you what I watched the after game comment with our panel, Worthy and the guys.
yes, sir.
And they've seen the deferment to Isaiah and everything, but you gotta understand what it is. The camaraderie of the players, making him feel welcome.
Yes, sir.
Did you see what he just tweeted or posted?
Yeah.
He was like, that's the first time in his career he's felt that warmth and welcome.
Right, definitely.
It's quoted to
He just was clean. He said he looked and seen his old bitch nigga up jumping and cheering.
right. He's quoted to say that he's gotten his powers back.
Yeah. Coming back to us. Yeah. No, I get that. I'm all with it. I'm with
Encouragement. They
it.
gave him, you know what I mean? He got traded to Cleveland and they didn't really like support him, yo.
Oh yeah.
It's like they threw him in the fire while they were going through hell. And then he became part of the scapegoat chemistry between him and Love. It's like, how his name get tossed with Love at that very moment he just came back.
To be honest,
It's fucked up.
I do see him being a factor in possibly helping us to make the AC
Bro, I hope.
this year. I kind of do see that. It's all about the chemistry, and it sucks that we end up having to lose our boys Nance and Clarkson. It is a business.
I miss Nance. I like Clarkson too, but I
Well,
really,
the thing about Clarkson, he's ball dominant.
I might think that's why I
And
said
he's
I miss
more of a-
Clarkson
you know what I'm
too,
saying?
but not as much as Nance.
But
Nance was a combination package.
oh yeah,
That shot blocking, we need that.
defense, rebound, athletic.
Isaiah Thomas was
Yeah.
worth that?
I do.
Yeah.
Because we didn't just get Isaiah Thomas.
Right now,
We
we're
got Channing Frye, and we
three-point
needed
shooter.
that stretch three-point shooter.
But beyond
And we
that,
got a first-round pick.
restricted pick you. But beyond that is right now our
Why
point
did we
guard.
get what's that?
Our point guard is
Restricted
injured.
pick?
Yeah.
Hold on, let me finish.
Our point guard is injured. Floor general. So we're just playing without a floor general. Carson playing guard. He's not a guard. You know, the guards we have at point.
He's a guard, he's not a point guard.
The guards we have playing point, they're mediocre.
Yeah, super
So we
mediocre.
ain't really got no floor general. That means motherfucker to take charge when needed. Crunch time seconds, niggas gonna not be a person to call a pick and roll.
We really didn't have a closer either.
Clutch, we don't have a
That's what I'm
clutch.
saying.
So we say we don't have a clutch.
He's not gonna be afraid to call a pick and roll, and if the fucking roll ain't there, take the shot. We didn't really have a motherfucker to do that.
And he was doing it in Boston.
And no.
IT was doing that in Boston last year. He was had how many
Oh my
fourth quarter, big ass fourth quarters,
He was
closing
the
all these
fourth
games.
closer
Yeah.
throughout the league.
Throughout the league.
Yeah.
Bro, so
And if he
you
can
see
bring that back to us,
Like, do you see that
That'd be
happening though? Do you see that happening?
I think I think it will. It's gonna take a little more time, and in that time we might sacrifice AC
You
or
have, to
whatever.
remember, you have to remember, he's only played, what, 20 games?
He's probably only gonna be with us for
15
the rest of the
games.
season. That's the other thing too, though.
I'm telling y'all right now.
So you don't think there was chemistry in the
Listen.
You don't think there was chemistry in that
Game one?
game one? Between
It was, but
It was a little off.
come on, he's just coming out of nowhere and starting
That's what
playing
I'm
with
telling
us.
you.
Right,
Listen.
right.
We had played how many games up to that point?
Did you guys read this quote?
Yeah.
It's like me
Yeah,
coming back in the middle of the podcast and not being able to.
Why don't, listen, did you hear other comments about the cons?
Yeah.
His height, this, that, and other. He's not a big commodity to be able to
He doesn't have a big game. He doesn't have a big game.
See, you understand what I'm saying?
Well, yeah,
If that
I
was
mean,
the case,
his commodity, his stock has dropped
but even then, his commodity still wasn't
Way up there.
way up
With the
there.
grades. So
Because if it was, they wouldn't have traded.
Well, you know one of the biggest reasons, though?
Before his injury, he was still already trade talk.
You know why, though? Because lack of defense. You don't play no D.
I disagree. There's a reason
I
for
was about to
it.
say, because Swaggy
I disagree.
being out of here.
I disagree.
Yeah, but he a bench
But
player, though.
look,
Like he was for us.
look,
As a player, you don't play D, you don't play.
look, what Isaiah Thomas, obviously, you know, he started his career with the Kings. He started with the Suns. Then he went to Boston. So then he went to Boston, and obviously he was a starter. And then, you know, gotta give a kudos to Bradley Stevens because he took out besides the offense, also the defense out of Isaiah, and which he did. Now,
Wait.
hold on,
How can you say that, though?
let me spread
You
out.
got some stats to prove
No.
that?
I'm gonna get to that reason why. Because, like I said, you know, he had the chemistry with his people, with everybody, with his teammates, everybody around him. Now with Cleveland, if you look at when he played with Cleveland, it was
He
all
played 15 games with
right. Exactly. So yeah. So what I'm saying is that there was no chemistry. Everybody pretty much there was no energy, no chemistry, no energy. Everybody just had their own ego trip. And remind you, they had Cleveland had the oldest roster in the fucking league. And not only that, I mean, he just didn't gel in. That's it. The only reason why this trade happened because it's Kyrie Irving. Who the hell doesn't want to pick up Kyrie Irving? Of course, you have to give up Isaiah Thomas.
Cleveland is stupid for trading him.
No, because he demanded that trade.
Don't matter.
Well, I know.
He was under contract.
I know.
You demand that shit all you want. I got your rights, homie. I ain't gotta trade you for shit.
You're not gonna
Yeah.
keep on happy player in your team that's motherfucking not gonna be productive.
I get that. All I'm
Exactly.
saying is
I
they didn't
agree
have
with
to
that
trade
because
him.
you did.
What you gonna do? Just keep $1 million as high price?
You want to keep a high price player with no chemistry, doesn't want to play at all.
Then you end up losing them and not get nothing.
Exactly.
Well, they obviously that trade didn't work out for him.
Oh no, it didn't. It didn't work out because think about it.
It worked out for the Celtics.
It worked. They did Boston a favor.
Yeah, they did.
So in this trade, what happened with us with the Lakers? They did us a favor. I mean, they just saved us in $49 million in fucking cap space. So now we're able to potentially get 2 superstars.
We were looking at having to trade Clarkson's contract and having probably
And a month.
to give up a pick in order to get rid of his contract.
Right, but we didn't have to give him a pick.
Instead, not only did we give up,
Right, 'cause
not
his
give
contract was
up
what,
a pick
like
to
63?
get rid of his
What did he say, like
contract,
63
we ended up
million?
getting Isaiah Thomas, Channing Frye, and a first round pick.
Exactly. So they did us a favor.
Million or something.
So my question,
They did us a favor.
I don't know exactly, but it was
they got
sizable.
the first round pick, right?
Oh, you want to know the protected?
What is that?
It's top 3 protected.
That means that we get a pick that can't nobody touch.
Yeah.
No, protected means that it's top 3 protected,
protected or
which
restricted?
means no, it's protected.
Okay.
No, it said restricted.
No, it's protected.
No, I'm telling you, it said restricted. It didn't say protected. It
It's the
said
same thing. It's just protected.
It's the same thing, and this is what it means. Remember when we had our top 3 protected
right.
pick?
We couldn't fall below whatever.
Same thing for Cleveland.
Fall below what?
So
bottom of the ranks.
if they end up being in the bottom 3 of the league, then they keep their pick.
Yeah.
But we know they're not going to be in the bottom 3 of the league.
So we keep it.
So we're going to keep it.
Yeah.
But the better that they do, the lower that pick drops. But it
Yeah.
stays in the first round.
Yep.
So we can, and if they go to the finals,
I don't give a fuck.
right, it's first round. Look what we did with
That's why I said we've been doing that for a
Kuzma,
while.
Josh Hart,
Lakers.
yeah.
Hey, you know how we got those picks, right? You recall how we have those picks, right?
Which one?
Because
Oh, the ones from.
yeah, because
It's all about Magic and Palenka, man. These dudes.
Yeah, but
doing
see, you
big
know-
things.
You said what? Whose name said
Magic and Palenka.
Say again.
Magic,
Man,
Johnson. Glad to
So
have
look-
him back, baby.
So you
Nice
know
to
what?
meet that man once upon a time at a show.
So, you know, what this occurred with the Lakers, yeah, it does hurt that we lost Clarkson because he was our second unit. He was our second unit man. Nance was a great, post-up defender. Can go for the ball. He does his job. And he put him in any position, he'll do his job. And I'm gonna miss both of them very much.
Okay.
But this trade that did happen was the best of things the Lakers could happen, because now we have the first round pick that we're able to put a package for Lou Dang. Whoever wants to go ahead and get that pick for Lou Dang,
It's not gonna happen.
which I know it's not, because nobody's gonna pick that.
They're gonna.
They have to buy him out because
they're gonna stretch it. They're gonna drop him off the roster and then still pay him, but stretch it out so we don't have to.
Exactly.
It won't be on the big contract on the
Oh, they're
books.
doing what
Yeah.
What we had talked about, remember?
Yeah.
Well, not yet. It's gonna happen at the end of the season.
Yeah,
What's gonna happen?
it's gonna have to wait because
Yeah.
until they have to see what the cap space they gotta work at.
Okay, so Isaiah Thomas, Channing Frye, first pick, great. That's not the reason why they made that trade.
No, because right now,
No, listen, they made the trade because they're going after these 2 max slots. What's gonna happen is they're gonna renounce the restricted free agency of Randall, and
he's gonna stay.
well, but they're gonna give up the restriction status of his contract, which means
He's not even going into free agency though.
no, they renounced the restricted free agency, which means he's not going to be a free agent. But that whole thing where, as a restricted, if someone makes him an offer, we can match it.
We have to match it.
Well, no, we have the choice to match it.
No, if you don't match it, you lose it.
Right.
So that means you have to match it.
If you want to keep him, right.
Yeah, but think about this.
But if they renounce that, his money comes off the books. So now we're going to have $70 million in cap space, which is 2 max slots.
Right, because he's gonna leave.
They're going after LeBron and Paul George, whether we like it or not.
Wow.
Dude, this is what everyone's saying, dog. That's the reason they made this trade. They're looking at the big picture. It's not just about the season. It's not about going after the. It's not about Isaiah Thomas being a long-time Laker. This is what they're doing.
I'm not saying that Isaiah's gonna be.
Are you a LeBron fan?
Look, Isaiah is not a long term. He's not. But if things changes,
My mic is closed.
the things changes.
Drop the
If the things changes, then obviously it will be something going on with that. Now the thing is this. I get what you're saying, but right now with the sacrifice we did, it kind of makes sense why we should actually keep Julius Randle. I mean, you see how he's progressing in the game. So So I would actually suggest to keep.
No, it's a possibility that we can.
Yes.
But it's gonna have to be
Right.
a cheaper deal.
It will. And if we keep Lil Dang, I'm sorry, if we keep Julius Randle, then we still have 59 million to play with. If you calculate that correctly.
Right. So if we don't renounce it,
We don't renounce it.
if we renounce it, we got 70.
We got 70 mil.
We still got 59.
I have a question about the Lakers, you guys. How do you guys? Where would you put our head coach of the Lakers right now? Is he one of those all-time great coaches? Is he gonna be one of those?
Luke Walton, he's
Only time will tell, dog.
right now
time will
because
tell. He's
what I
I
love.
mean, do you give him any type of credit right now for anything?
Definitely.
Yes, I do.
Definitely.
He's actually in that spot. So I mean,
Yes.
that position is
He's a young coach. Young players gravitate to him. He's a champion with the Lakers.
Definitely.
He was, a decent player. He still goes out on the court and practices and plays with the players.
And I don't think. Have you ever seen a coach do that before?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Ira
never heard.
Scott
I mean,
did it.
I'm not really too much into a big fan like that, but I ain't never.
Yeah, I've seen it.
That's
They
crazy.
do it.
That's an
But,
awesome
I mean,
thing to coach, bro.
he's a good coach. Don't be surprised if they look in a different direction. Especially if
Do you think that'll
bigger
happen anytime
stars come
soon?
too. It all depends, man. Only time will tell. Like I said, only time will tell. Yeah, those big moves, man. That's what they're looking at. And they also said like this: if either one of them decide to come, or neither one of them decide to come, then we still have the cap space. We can go ahead and sign Randall. We can keep IT if we want.
Yep.
And we could draft the draft pick, and then we just go after free agency in 2019.
Kawhi
Leonard, Kyrie Irving,
Jimmy Butler,
those are
Klay
the
Thompson,
Klay Thompson.
which is not gonna go anywhere anyways.
But you never know. He's a diehard Laker fan too.
Yeah.
Don't trip. He's gotten 2, maybe 3 rings this year.
And you're CP3. He'll be available, but he's not coming.
But I mean, it's just the point that if it doesn't happen with LeBron and Paul George, that they're looking at 2019. All I say is big ups to Magic and Pelinka. They making moves and they doing more in the last fucking year and a half than Kupchak and bitch ass Jim Buzz did in fucking 10 years.
Well, yeah, they screwed us up.
They fucked us over. We could have had Isaiah Thomas a long time ago.
I wonder how that would have turned out.
They didn't like him as a player. We could have had Kyle Lowry. They didn't
I
like
have a
him
good
as a
feeling about
player.
Isaiah Thomas. For some reason, I have a really good feeling about him.
I mean, I like him.
I do
like him,
too.
but
I do too.
he's a liability on defense, though.
Motherfucker Mitch Kupchak, you niggas were treasonous.
Hell yeah. That's why they got voted off the island. Fucking Genie handled their ass. Nigga. Like, oh, you want to try to play me because I'm a female? Let me show you, motherfucker. I was learning under Daddy while Jim Buss, he was out there hoeing, tricking, and doing drugs.
Yeah. Now besides being all this, besides being all Laker Nation, now let me ask you one question that everybody talks about, and I really want to say something about it, but I want to hear your opinion about it. How do you guys feel about the new Cavs roster? Obviously, they picked up. How do you guys feel? Obviously, they got Jordan Clarkson, they got Larry Nance, they got Rodney Hood, and they got George
They blew out
Hill.
Boston in their first game with their new players by 21. Clarkson had 17 off the bench.
Of course.
Nance scored 5 but had double-digit rebounds or
Yeah.
whatever. George Hill, he didn't have a lot of points, but he had timely buckets and he ran the show. And then Rodney Hood had 15. So those new players right away, fucking first game, come in and help them.
Contribution.
Now, do you guys feel like they're now back in the final contention? Final contentions that could be in the finals?
For the East. They still got to deal with Boston. Really only Boston. Until Toronto shows up in the playoffs and plays the way they play in the regular season, I can't count on them to be
Me neither.
a contender in the East.
I can't either.
So then it only leaves Cleveland and Boston in the Eastern Conference Championship.
So but they're not winning the finals. They're not.
I don't think no one in the East is winning the finals.
It's gonna be. Come on, hold this.
Yeah.
There's no way that the
I mean,
Cavaliers
Houston, I think as an NBA fan, you guys probably agree, Houston and Golden State in the Western Conference Finals, and that shit's gonna be a dope ass series.
Of course.
It's gonna be lit. That's what you say.
Yeah.
If it's them in the Western Conference Finals, yes. But don't forget, don't sleep on San Antonio. Now, regardless of
I'm sleeping, nigga.
regardless,
I'm knocked the fuck out right now.
don't sleep on San Antonio.
Nah, I'm asleep. I'm knocked
Don't
out.
gang or don't bang.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
I'm asleep.
As much as I hate them, but don't sleep on San Antonio.
They not getting past neither one of them cats. I mean, if
No,
they even
no.
make it to them.
I don't
I don't know. They the top part of defense, niggas.
They always been that. They just don't have the same personnel, dude. They, you know.
Kawhi, if
Kawhi he's still not playing, right?
right, if he comes back, niggas.
Well, you know he's having a bad reputation with the Lakers. I mean, with the Spurs.
Which means
So, I mean, he might come to
2019, and he's an LA native.
Yeah.
Went to San Diego.
I said we should recruit all the LA natives, man. Screw that.
Paul George, Kawhi.
Yeah.
Who else?
Well, hey, ain't I T from Inglewood?
Yeah.
From Inglewood.
Yeah, IT's from Inglewood. His daddy.
Yeah.
Westbrook.
Oh, in Westbrook too.
Yep.
Klay Thompson too. He's
Hell
LA
yeah,
native.
hell yeah.
Imagine having that squad in the Lakers. Oh my God.
Okay, who is it? IT,
Top dreamer.
Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, Klay Thompson. Ooh, that's a nice one.
Even James Harden, because he's from here.
Well, fuck, we gotta bring back a reason with him too. Hey, so we move on to top 5 then.
All right. Well, before we move on with that, we want to go ahead and thank our sponsors. Go ahead and thank out
Kind
to.
of minimized now, but you know.
But yeah,
For the people.
Hip hop for the people.
Hip hop for the people.
Black and Brown movement. In the Cup Productions. Hey, we gotta give it up to
material.
Movement Material. But we gotta give
Wash
it up
House
to
Audio.
Wash House Audio. Can we all say that once together?
Stars
Wash
Entertainment
House
Audio.
Audio.com. To the homie Teddy. Good looking house, Star Studio Enterprise.
Stars Enterprise.
That's
Stars
right.
Enterprise Studio. We'll be there probably on the next episode.
Yeah, it might be there on
That's
episode.
interesting. I'm looking forward to that.
Oh yeah.
Episode 13.
So
That's right.
that's like one of our number one sponsors right now. You know, besides our normal heads, do vape. They still up in there
Because we do vape.
because we do vape. And
Then we got a Jesse Kova for
Jesse Kova still representing.
We still got it.
Jesse Kova Photography.com.
Arms, your weddings. We'll keep
That's right.
No more.
Congratulations.
Nope, no more.
What happened?
So,
Slow.
That's for off the air type situation.
but yeah,
Wait a minute, time out. I thought we
Nah,
was
we
a
ain't
radio
got
station.
time for that.
Oh, we ain't got time.
No timeouts. You ain't noticed. No timeouts in life, homes. No timeouts. Life keeps going even when you call timeout.
Yeah, should have gave you the heads up. But, it is.
No, it was a no look at me little puppet or what?
hey, little puppet.
All them pitchy pendejos.
All the
All
pendejos.
them grand poos.
Graham. Oh, that's just crazy.
Shouts out to the P Tours.
Tours. Now, ladies and
All you
gentlemen,
motherfucking assholes.
y'all know what time it is. It is Top 5.
Alright, today I'm breaking up the situation.
Mr. Compton, call it out. What's the top 5 all about?
Top 5
Drunken moments.
drunken moments.
Top 5 drunken moments. I'm
Bring it, like,
He started off.
No. Before we start, we just letting you know right now, ladies and gentlemen, we are gonna go ahead and expose our embarrassing moments when we're all drunk.
Pues ese es
That's what top 5 drunken moments.
I'm not drunk.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm not drunk right now.
I
Though.
know. He right? Come on, man. He trying to do something. Let him do what he gotta do. All right, start off. Kick it off.
Drunken moments. Top 5.
Kick it off, Mr. Compton.
1992. Too much drink. Budweiser's, Canadian Club, gin and juice, margaritas and tequila. Don't ever do that shit.
1992. When and where was this? Well, 92, but where?
It started with Dante. We was doing some dog training. Then after with Black Ass Tom, telling me from the Dubs. That's 20s in case y'all don't know. And then, you know what I'm saying? After that, we walked down to the car wash or whatever. We remember. Then it went to T-Bonnie and them where they had a little festivity. Yeah.
He was doing it big.
Did it big that night.
Doing it
That's
big.
a
And I did it big on the, oh shit, oh, I fucked up.
All right, that's your 5. What's your
2
4?
days in a row with alcohol poison type shit.
Damn.
So, then I say, I was a young nigga. I think I was like 16. First time it was me and the homie Nate Daniel, the homie Nate. He was from 30s. He was the homie in the hood. And we smoked a gang of weed. Start right down at the bottom here. You know where the fountains is at?
Yeah.
28.
Yeah.
Nigga was so love it. Drunk weed. Nigga, I couldn't even walk no more. Nigga, I lay down in the grass.
Yeah, I'm just
Hey, this was a drunk move without weed. Lay down in the grass, nigga, and turned to the left and rocked it up. I was too damn high on weed. You can get you high on weed. Let me
That's
just
a
tell you.
good moment right
For
there.
real, I was drunk on weed.
Drunken on THC. Delta 9.
Boy.
Four.
Another situation.
Number 4.
And then, let's see, number 3. Man, I got a couple, but I don't know. We're gonna go with number 3. Shit. Crawling up the stairs. I had to crawl up the stairs. San Gabriel. After fucking with the Burger Center with my nigga Doc. Don't go drink with a Navy motherfucker.
Oh yeah, that's what you don't need.
Fish out of water.
Sing the fuck up in the phone. And some drunken moments. Nigga got home, but I don't remember riding home. I was asleep.
Speaking of which, we over here sipping on some Sam Adams.
Then nigga had to crawl up the stairs because we had a second story place. I was that low I couldn't walk up the stairs.
Wait, you say your drink was a Navy guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, my boy Dak.
In the Navy.
Oh, no, cut
In
that
the Navy.
YMCA.
Okay.
Got Rob said, whoa.
Whoa. All right, that's 3.
That's how you're feeling, huh?
You gotta crawl up the stairs.
4.
And then we were drinking motherfucking Long Island iced teas. Shout out to the bartender at the Burger
Those
Center.
always fuck you
Yeah,
up.
I have one of those right
He was looking our shit up.
Those always fuck
Nigga
you
was
up.
lit. And then number 2. Number 2, man. Number 2 would be the time when my mom went out of town. I was 16.
Uh-oh.
Niggas saw that with the house. We was drinking this shit. Some nigga fucked around, smoked some cigarettes like a dumbass. But we was drinking silver satin and gin and motherfucking super soccer and gin.
Ooh, old school.
Nigga. And motherfucking Wild Irish Rose.
Ooh. All right, got it. Rock good. Fuck you up.
I remember laying in my bed, and I remember I couldn't get up, and I rolled to the right, and I was throwing the fuck up. I got a combo number 2 though. I just remember fucking with you niggas. New Year's Eve. Or was it Christmas?
What?
Fucking with you and Carlos and you motherfuckers. That night, the nigga drank Budweiser's Canadian Club, and fucking with these niggas, I drank 3/4 of
What's it in there?
a whole 5th of motherfucking silver tequila. And then these niggas went to the store and came back with some Brass Monkey. I was loaded, I already lay on the bed, out of it basically. They came back talking about Brass Monkey. Monkey. I drank some Brass Monkey. Alright, went outside after that and told the fuck up. Then my number 1 moment. I was fucking with this nigga right here. I've been fucking with for like 30 years. We went to the cantina one night, fucking with my nigga Mixer. And my niggas, all my niggas from the Easy Riders. After hour type shit. Shit's closed down. We been in there already getting loaded. We drinking tequila shots, like various tequila shots. From the cheapest to the most expensive. And then we was having baby back Corona chasers. Sniffing big lines of pop. Motherfucking premium blow. Smoking all the bomb bud we could. I don't even remember. I remember getting in the car and niggas was riding and we was at Venice and Crenshaw. I remember looking to the right, seeing the fucking bigs. I was so low, I looked at them niggas that passed out. Like, yeah, fuck them. And Franco, we was drunk to them motherfucker. So drunk. Niggas got home. I think it was what, 6 in the morning?
Yeah,
6:30? It was like 6:45. I took my sister to work the next morning.
Oh, yeah, I know you was pissed.
That was a bad situation. We're not gonna talk about.
Yeah, we won't go there.
We crawled up the stairs.
But we made it up the stairs.
The zigzag stairs went like that.
No. Fifth Avenue. Crawled up the stairs and laid the fuck out on the living room floor.
When I got to bed, passed out.
Yeah, praise God, you guys made it.
Oh yeah.
That's the number one though. The
We drove at night.
I did. Matter of fact, I'm gonna tell my side of the story. I'll give you the heads up because that's my number one too. So I'm gonna tell you my side of the story when I get to mine.
What just? Oh well.
I'm next.
Go ahead, Mr. Kaufman.
I'm gonna start with 5. I'm gonna start backwards. My number 5 moment was getting drunk at a Florence party when my uncles and all the big homies were there. They got me fucked up, and well, I got so drunk, I went back, passed out in the big homie's car in the back seat. Well, he happened to come and get in the car, started and take off, and I was in the back seat, passed out, and he didn't know I was in the back seat. And I popped up on that fool, and that fool got scared, dog. He tripped out, he got really scared. He got so scared it wasn't even funny. He hit the brakes. He got all mad because I scared the shit out of him. He's supposed to be this big bad gangster, so it was funny though. And my number 4, yeah, it was. My number 4 was that I was drinking with my cousin Danny, and we were in La Puente, and we were drinking at Tequila Bar in a restaurant, and I ordered electrical Long Island iced tea. There goes Long Island iced teas again, but it was an electric one. So I had 2 of them. On my second one, I went to the bathroom and came back, and on the way from the bathroom, I passed out. Boom, with my head on the table. It was embarrassing because I had this chick I was talking to and was about to sew it up, but it got jacked up because I couldn't handle I just passed out. I didn't know what happened. It just 1 minute I blacked out, and that was it. Now my number 3 one, this was a pretty cool one actually. It was back in the day. It was at 4230, and we had made the jungle juice. We had made the big old Arrowhead bottle of jungle juice and we had it dispensing out the Arrowhead dispenser. That was pretty cool.
As a matter of fact, that's
I made that shit.
That's my number 2. But okay. Great minds think alike.
So, and then my number 2 was getting drunk on my 21st birthday with my brother Danny, and that's when we lived in Washington together, and we actually had a really that was alright. I'll bring that one at another time. But we had a moment there when we bonded. You know what I mean? We sat and talked. We hashed up our past.
Drunk bonding.
And you know, it was my brother. We hadn't seen each other. We hadn't seen each other for
Sounds like
years.
me on a Friday.
Now my number 1, you guys all forgot about this. Wait, Marquis, don't go. No, my number 1 was at 2205 when we drank the mezcal. We drank the 5 shots, and my last one was with the word. Remember?
I wasn't even there. I was out to get my freak on. I came home, these niggas were so passed out. Laid out on the floor, door unlocked. Niggas on the floor just fucked up. I could have came in and robbed everybody.
I was sick for 5 days, not even for 2 of them.
Mezcal's in my top 5 too.
Right, and I drank, mine had the worm in it though. I drank the worm in it, so I was the most fucked up out of everybody.
No, that's a pretty dope 5.
That's the dope 5. Well, that's
You mind if I go next?
Yeah, I'm gonna be the last one, anyways.
All right, so I'm just tripping because he got 2 of my top 5 as well, but it's all
Right now, you're our brother right here.
My number 5 is when we were kids and we used to be at the family parties, you know, cousins, you know, all the family, you know, would be at the house parties, eating big food, and you know, the adults would be getting all drunk, and us as kids.
In the trailer.
No, that's another time. I'm talking about when we was kids. We used to wait till the adults were drunk.
We
used to go steal
the beer and leftover drinks.
The leftover drinks.
We used to case a kid.
But the worst thing we did, we used to pour them all in one cup and make suicides, dude. And we drank that, and then we'd all sit there as kids and throw up right there on the porch. It was fun though. So yeah, that was my 5. My number 4, I got 2 from Humboldt for my 4 and 3. My number 4, it was my birthday. Actually, it was my 21st birthday, and I was up in Humboldt, and we had a 10 kegger party. And you know, I had lots of love for my peoples up in Humboldt, so we had this 10 kegger party, and somebody had brought me a bottle of mezcal for my birthday.
Oh, wow.
I drank the whole bottle, including the worm.
Oh, wow.
I was drunk for a week. I was sick for 2 weeks.
God, I couldn't imagine that.
So yeah, that's my number 4. My number 3 is beer bong and Sons of Comfort. That was our drunk moment.
That was
What the hell? That was like a shotgun or what?
No, you never beer pong?
Yes.
Okay, but no, we were beer pong in Southern Comfort.
Oh, beer. Ooh.
Right.
that's how you heard about.
Yeah, that was rough.
That was some old Camp Kenneth.
That was some old white boy, white boy,
tendencies,
just
buddy.
crazy shit.
Better
Right?
check that, but come back up.
Yeah. Beer pong in Southern Comfort. That was my number 3.
Yeah, the B&B.
So my number 2 was the Hood Party, 4230.
4230. You know, that's a classic. That's classic.
Man, we had all the homies from the hood
Yeah, we
coming
did.
through.
Yeah,
we
we
had
did.
it was a Sparklets container, and this fool did the jungle juice.
Interjection.
Yeah.
Meteorologist on this shit. It rained.
Oh, it's raining right now? Oh, shit.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's now raining in Los Angeles,
It
California.
never rained in Southern California.
It's
Well,
because
no, it's only gonna rain tonight.
it's a present for me. You know what I mean? I brought it from Washington with me.
Oh, fuck you with that
brought
bullshit.
it. I was
Keep
like,
that
bro,
shit.
we need the water, bro.
Yeah, we do, but let me finish with my damn top 5, motherfucker. Alright, so number 2, the Jungle Juice, 4230. That was a shit. My number 1 is the same as Marcus' number 1. I'll never forget that night, dude. Because my boy Mixer worked there, so we got there about 10. We drank till about 2.
You guys were there after hours. too,
When he
right?
shut down at
Shut
2,
down the whole bar.
we kept the party going till about 5.
Damn.
So we left about 5.
That was an exclusive
You
party.
know, maybe more like 6. So we left about 6 in the morning. And as he tells you, he was so drunk that he couldn't drive. So we're leaving. We're about to go home, right? So he looks at me. He's like, dude, I can't drive. I'm like, motherfucker, you think I can drive? I'm just as fucked up as you. He's like, dude, I can't drive. I'm like, all right, fuck it.
Give it to me.
So
Hey,
I
I
take
gotta
the
give you credit
keys.
though. There's been some times when we've been drunk that you drove and you did an excellent job, bro.
Man,
Except there was one time.
I knock on wood, dude, because
That's all Jesus,
I've been,
baby.
yeah.
That's all Jesus.
Jesus, take the wheel,
Take the
because
wheel
I'm
for
drunk
real.
right now.
Ladies and gentlemen, by the way, was a public announcement, PCA, don't drink and drive.
Do not drink and drive.
Shouts
Don't
out to
do it.
Mad. Shouts out to Mad.
Yep,
Mothers
against
against
drunk driving. Yeah, that's a real deal. So, I mean, I'm older now. I don't do it as much. And, yeah, so
we probably lost the person.
So,
or two
I'ma
to
tell
that,
you-
so we know what it feels like. You know what I mean?
definitely. But I'm going to tell you, dude, I only remember, like, stoplights and stop signs.
That's all you gotta
And I
remember.
I do remember the cops. And I remember looking over at them and giving them a head nod.
Lights
like, hey,
again. There's
you know.
lights.
Yeah, and so I do remember driving.
Yeah,
Very good, though.
Remember though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do give you credit because I've been with you sometimes.
Yeah.
And
So
you know,
we
you've done a
crawled up the
excellent job.
stairs, passed out, and then my wife of 14 years woke me up and was upset because I was supposed to take her to work. I think she poured some water on me.
I know his wife. He must have been in a lot of
And I
trouble.
got up and yeah, it wasn't a good
It was
scene.
all bad.
It was fun. The night was fun. That was my number 1.
I was surprised she didn't do it. I was surprised she didn't do the ice bucket challenge that you were knocked out, huh?
You were
We
married?
weren't married yet.
No,
No,
okay,
we
so
weren't married
I'm
at
surprised
that
she
point.
married you still then.
Oh, so y'all were still boyfriend and girlfriend at the time.
Yeah.
Ah, let's see. Well, it comes down to my drunk ass over here.
This is Mr. Joe. Dead.
Well, yeah, I'm one of the originators of P2.
True. Two?
Unfortunately, yeah.
Me into a garage.
What's a P2?
Oh,
Drunken moments, P2.
P2? Oh, drunken moments of P2?
Man.
Well, I can't make that the top
You
5.
can't make that the top. Well, you explain later. You can explain later. No worry.
I'll just, you know what, okay, so I guess, well, you know what, I'm gonna start to 5 to 1 or 1 to 5. You know what, I'm gonna start to,
They all did 1 to 5, so be with me 5 to 1.
you know, I'm gonna do 5 to 1.
Those are the odds of you surviving.
Yeah, you know what, I got 9 lives, brother. That's the real one.
You have
So I
to
guess, you know
get
what,
cheated in full
number
natural.
5, you know, number 5 would be when I first had everybody together at my house. And then, like, my elementary friends were already in high school.
Damn, you go that way back. It's that deep in the brain.
Yeah. The first time we
Remember that
actually,
you were first
first time we had a came back to the house, and next thing you know, we had Presidente,
Classic.
we had Budweiser's, of course,
Classic.
you know, we had Coronas.
Damn,
And
you
so-
mixed Budweiser with Corona?
Oh yeah,
man.
and this is when we were teenagers. We were like pretty like 14 when I had like everybody together. So
was it?
let me. It was just a kickback.
Bro, it was a kickback.
But yeah, it was
after school or what?
It was after
It
school.
wasn't a DP.
Had everybody else. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you one thing: do not mix, do never eat hot Cheetos and fucking drink Presidente, because then you're gonna be having the number 2 and the number 1 at the same time.
Damn, heartburn.
And your asshole is burning while your freaking throat is hurting.
Hey,
So
what number are we on?
that was my number 5. I'm going to 5 to 1. That's number 5. Okay, number 4. Number 4, embarrassing moment when
drunken moment.
drunken moments.
with
Of course,
Ivan.
they're all embarrassing. So
This is when he really turns into devious. But
Oh yeah, that's when we become
there's
devious.
a name involved. There's a nickname involved. Holy shit.
That's the reason we call
That's a
devious.
history, ladies and gentlemen, of being a
Unfortunately, it's like a Dr. Jekyll and Hyde.
Oh God.
This is high. So guys, you know what? Number 4. Number 4 would be actually passed out in the backyard of mom's house.
Oh.
damn.
And
How old were you?
oh no, that was when I was 21.
Oh, okay, so you were alright. You
I was 21. All I remember is playing in the backyard. I mean, playing at a backyard gig of my Yo's a drummer. You know,
You are.
well, I am a drummer for a punk
ladies
band.
and gentlemen.
So
He's a good one, man.
thank you, I appreciate that.
Hey,
Thank you.
off. I took him
So all I know is that I just got drunk as hell by drinking a bottle of white Jose Cuervo,
Damn.
the white clear one.
I thought you.
Wait.
Wait a minute.
Bottle to the neck?
I didn't know Mexicans mess with white stuff, and especially if it's Jose Cuervo.
You know what? I didn't know
This
either.
motherfucker will drink almost.
What else
anything,
would you
but that's
do? Were you
another
drinking
story.
Coronas with that?
Yeah, I was.
Oh man, that's man.
So all I know is that I woke up the next
Wait,
day.
was there Mexican music involved?
Always.
No.
I was
Almost.
You don't remember. You remember.
He
Almost.
sounds like that involved.
Almost. All I know is that I woke up the next day and I got not the ice water bucket challenge, but I got the La Manguera challenge. I got the whole
Who's that?
challenge
Who's that?
from my mother.
The heifer?
And half hour waking me up in the morning. Wake up, stupid!
Wake up, stupid!
Wake up, stupid! Oh shit! Exactly. Bitch, a pendejo.
Bitch, you pendejo.
See, that was number 4. That was horrible.
Yeah.
Now,
Number three.
number three will be the one when I actually slept outside of a bar.
Oh wow. Were you in the car?
No,
Just like that?
I was outside of the bar. I was sleeping outside
In the pot?
in the pot.
In the plant.
In the plant.
In the pot plant.
Yes. It was 7 in the morning. It was cold as shit. And I'm like, oh, it's so cold. All I know is that I will not mention the other person's name because if I do, he's gonna kill me. And someone else woke up right next to me. So let's just say my other buddy he slept in a small pot. He slept in a small flower pot. So all I know is that
Woke up talking about I'm bilingual, there's a difference.
exactly.
No more bar locked doors.
No more bar locked doors. That was my number 3 moment.
Yeah.
Well, look, my number 2 moment will actually be, you know what? The first time that my mom actually gave me beer without her knowing. Because she was drunk. No, because she was drunk as hell. I'm sorry, mother. I'm embarrassing you.
Dang, straight putting your mom on blast.
I know.
Don't
I remember I was 7 years old.
Latina mom too, she gonna be like.
I was 7 years old. I was 7 years old. Obviously, you know how the raza. Huh?
How much beer did she give you?
Oh, all I know is that she left the whole 12-pack right next to me.
She left the next to like what?
And like she's like, hey man, I'm like, okay. And I'm like, oh, I'm like, it's just nasty. I'm like, oh, you don't like it. You just keep drinking. I'm like, I'll make you a man. I'm like, all right. So I'm drinking it. And 10 beers later, I'm already fucking yakking up in the back. And then I see my fucking dogs licking the fucking yak out of it. And then the dogs were carrying me actually. It wasn't even anything. I was holding on to them. I was holding on to them.
I heard such a story.
Oh, yeah. And all I know is...
And dogs carrying me.
And then, the dogs carried me. Next thing you know...
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, that's a Latino drug for you.
Of course. Hey, you know what?
Involved in.
By the way, you always gotta start drinking at a young age.
Yeah.
It's manpower. It's manpower.
Is that
It's
right when you balls
machismo.
Is that when your balls drop?
Hey, hell yeah. Shit, that's the only way for the balls to drop.
Alright, number one. Kid.
So, yeah, my number one was my number one.
Dun, 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 dun.
Dun, dun, dun. Vegas.
Okay.
Vegas.
I heard about that.
Wait. You can't say that.
No.
You can't say what happened with Vegas.
Oh,
You
because
already
it stays
know
in
the
Las
rule.
Vegas. Man, fuck with you.
Fuck the rules, man. I'm gonna break the rules.
This is fear. Hey, this is fear.
The Vegas rule.
This is fear and loading in Las Vegas, dude. Like the movie. They made a movie of it.
I don't know if we're in a lot of this. We might have to edit it.
So what you heard about Vegas?
I heard that you guys. Well, I know there was a lot of drugs involved. I heard that
Was
somebody.
this like The Hangover?
Yeah, it was like the Hangover.
It was like the Hangover.
Yeah, because somebody OD'd, somebody went to the hospital.
Damn.
I
mean,
You guys were drunk the whole time. You guys got
tattoo on their
you had
face.
casino security on you guys. A lot of shit went down in the room. This is all the shit I heard. So.
Hear that?
Well, yeah.
Oh yeah.
All I know is that-
Sorry, in the background.
All I know is that when I was in Vegas, there was a lot of drugs involved.
What kind of drugs?
Cocaine. What are you doing over there, dude? It's cocaine.
Cocaine?
Cocaine.
You don't want no part of this.
You want no part of this shit. So, all I know is that we were at the Sahara Casino, which is no longer there.
And you were in the desert?
We're actually at the strip, about the strip. And let's just say we had about like 8 fucking security cops on us. 8 cops pretty much watching over us because they knew we were high.
Uh-oh.
We were drunk.
Uh-oh.
And so obviously, two
Number one.
two females came along and they all,
Are you sure they were females?
yeah. Yeah, as a matter of fact, I make sure.
How did you make sure? Did you do like Donald, never mind.
Did you do like Donald Duck?
Donald Duck?
Or Howard the Duck? Or did you wait?
like Donald the Duck.
Or did you just duck?
All I know is that
Or did you duck and do a duck check?
All I know is that my other 2 friends that I cannot mention their names.
You did a duck goose, didn't you?
Cannot mention their names.
Story, man. We gotta
That
wrap this up.
one of them ended up being in the fucking hospital.
Yeah.
Oh man.
And
Yeah.
I was still drunk and high.
That was the real life hangover right there.
That was real life hangover.
Part 5.
Because I exaggerated. How's he doing, doctor? How's he doing? You'll be fine. Relax. You're high. Okay. You're high. Yes.
All right.
Yeah. So I guess you could say that was one of my top 5, but I have a lot more. But I'll say for now.
He has a million, ladies and gentlemen.
Honorable mention. It wasn't his birthday, but we were at a spot in K-Town that we won't mention the name of. And they was pouring Jameson down his throat, remember?
Oh.
We said, it's his birthday, So
fake birthday.
Yeah, so they
Oh, he loved that one.
Man.
He loved that one.
Many a time, me and this guy right here, I blame him for turning me into a guacho, and
I blame Fun Size Teddy. Fun Size Teddy.
and
Fun size.
P2 and
I played P2. Bernard, Queen,
Santa Monica,
Tank, Waldo.
We almost got
Where's Waldo?
we almost got smoked by some people. We won't mention their names either. The gang, we won't mention their area or none of that. But
What?
we was at a bar and we was the stars of the bar, and they kind of got mad, and so we had to kind of dip up out of there. But I mean, there's so many to mention, honorable mentions, and so. But we all said our top 5. That's top 5 drunken moments. For you people out there listening, go ahead on the comment section if you want to.
Sure,
if you're not, keep it anonymous. Put your top 5 drunken moments. Put your feedback.
Please.
We're ending our episode 12 here, episode 13. That I said for the Black and Brown Movement. We will be at Star Studio, So check that out coming up. But this is episode 12, man. This is our 12th episode. And
Star Studio.
we just want to thank all our listeners and subscribers, and we're looking for new people this new year, and we just want to thank I want to thank my co-hosts, I'm a C Devious, Ricky Lee Compton Jr., No Mac, Mr. Dank Wright, Matt Verbals, Matt Scientist, who had to bank out early. But you know what happens every time we end the episode, fellas.
Of course, but not before we do, I just once again wanted to say shout out to all the people out there worldwide and nationwide as well. We appreciate everybody for our current subscribers, and hopefully to have future subscribers. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel, Black and Brown Movement 88. Look for us.
Black and Brown Movement 88.
Look for us right there on YouTube, on Instagram, on Twitter, and on Facebook. So subscribe and give us your facts, give us your feedback. We would love to hear from you. And pretty soon we will actually have some good surprises for you. And I'm hoping you guys can spread this word out. And
Come on, make us superstars.
It's not even.
Big things coming.
Good things are coming.
Live feeds. We're going to probably do 1 or 2 spin-off podcasts. Nothing
I just want to put it out
to
there.
mention yet.
We need some MCs to come through too, before we can do a freestyle theme session.
Yeah, we definitely want to do that. We got a few already lined up, but
Crack off.
any MCs or underground artists, independent artists, because that's what we're here to promote. Come on through, and or hit us up on the comments, and we'll see about fitting you in on future episodes.
Radio station.
We're looking for my man Norik, the school. He'll be possibly in the next episode or 2 for sure. My man Darkside, he'll probably be coming through, but that's what's up, man. All love.
That's right. And so how we say, one love, one movement. Good night, everybody.